Hi, Titans. I'm here with 15-year head coach of the men's and women's cross country team, Tim McNeil. Coach McNeil, this year on the women's side, you have a lot of senior leadership, and on the men's side, it's a little bit of the opposite with a younger team. So, how do you think this will play a role for this upcoming season?
Well, I'm really excited about our women, and it is really an interesting, as you mentioned, being here 15 years, you really start to see a huge shift, especially, and I'm not generalizing or making any gender comments here, but especially on the women's side, 2 years in, if they can stick it out, we're dealing with some very mature, strong, tough women. And I am so excited to see what there's four of them on our squad. And I cannot wait to see what they can do. I was so disappointed in the fall when we didn't get a chance to see them go. And so I'm just really excited to see what they can do now. I mean, that's Aaron Ward, Bree Ferguson, Allie Hampton, and Marie Bernard. They are our leaders. They lead everything. I mean, it's going to be really fun to watch them go. I'd like to see if they can and make. It's going to be tough to win. I mean, there's some really strong teams, but boy, they're gonna put everything into it for that battle at the end.
So, you did mention some key players there, but are there any other key returners that you'd like to mention?
Well, I mean, on the women's side, and so here's the really interesting about cross country this spring, which is really odd to say, is that we have a very limited travel squad size. So who that fifth person on our group, we're not sure. We can only travel at the max 8. I think we're bringing 7 this week. Kelly Samora has been in there for a while. So I mean, she could fit into that mix. So we're not really sure who that fifth person is. I will say this: that fifth person is going to be very key for us to see what we can do, because I know how the top four. I know our top senior women. I know how they're going to do.
I know this season a little shorter than we said than last year, which we both mentioned. So, what are your expectations going into this season for men's and women's cross country in light of some of these challenges?
Well, I mean, at one point, for the women, I think, obviously, I think we can be in the mix in the top 3, top 4. Not saying that we can't go a little higher. The challenge right now, when you're evaluating other teams, is I have no idea what these other teams are going to be like at this point. Of course, you hear rumors, this person left school, this person went virtual, so they're not able to run. Same things that we're dealing with, other schools are dealing with as well. And that's where I feel strong, especially on our women and even on our men's side, because I'll talk about the men in one second, that we have some really strong senior leadership, some people who have been here. And as much as I hope that they would decide to come back for another year, I know that that's a real challenge for them, just because they're graduating seniors. There is it's a challenge for them to come back for a 5th year for multiple reasons. But the bulk of or the strength of our team, I'll say, is in our seniors. And when you have that, anything can happen. So can we win? I mean, I don't know. Boy, I know the 4 women we have, and I know the 2 senior men that we have, which I'll talk about in a second. I know that they're going to do whatever they can to put us in position to be there at the end. And that's what I'm excited about. On the men's side, I didn't mention those men, but Harrison Keenan's been there for 4 years. That guy's been working his tail end off for 4 years. He gets a chance here in his senior year, which I'm excited about. I was a little worried that we were going to, not have a chance. And so now he does. Evan Vent is a guy who joined us when he was a sophomore. He graduated last year. He's in grad school. He decided that, you know what, I'm here. I love to run. I love this team. So he is going to be a guy that we're going to kind of jump on his back and see what he can do. And just, and as you grow with these guys, so, as I've been with Evan for 5 years, you kind of develop these friendships, and I'm just excited to see what he'll do.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach McNeil, for your time, and we look forward to your first meet this weekend.
Okay, thanks.